Yo, 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 it's Jamin Butler here.
Chris Bowden.
Yeah, and we checking in with the Leagues of Chaos, representing for the Three to Hardway League.
I'm here representing the Champions League, and this is week 4.
We appreciate y'all joining us, sticking in for another episode. Proud to have my brother here with me at the top of the show today. He whooped my ass last week, week 3 in the Champions League. So it's only
Good to be here.
It's only right. You know, we start the show out with a champ. Not only beat me, he's currently 3-0 in the Champions League.
Yes, sir.
How's it feel, sir? You ever had this much success in fantasy football?
I have, but not to this, I guess, magnitude. I mean, just the success of the draft this year is just something that's been a little bit different for me. Overall, I usually kind of regroup during the season and work the waivers.
Mm-hmm.
My first win in the Champions League, I think I didn't even draft Alvin Kamara. I picked him up off waivers around this time, like week 4 or 5, and he won me my league. So
that still sticks in my bro. I saw Alvin Kamara in the draft and I passed on him. I was like, I don't know this dude. Who is this rookie? I ain't never heard of him. I'm good. If anybody, I'm gonna take Lat Murray, or I think we even had Adrian Peterson that year too.
I did. Yep.
The backfield was too crowded. So I was like, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I thought about, I was just like, I'm not going to waste a roster spot on him during the season. Just going to watch the Saints closely and see how they do. And, the first week, nothing. In the second week, I think he kind of took off a little bit. And I still waited. And then after that next week, I was like, I got to snatch this dude. And he stayed in my lineup almost for the rest of the season. So it's pretty dope.
And that was 2018, I believe. So, and that was your second year in the Champions League, or first year, what, third?
That was my first year in the Champions League.
So here we are, 2020, 3-0, giving you your flowers. All right, we done did
Appreciate that.
No worries. Now your boy, I'm nothing to snub at. I'm currently, I think I'm 1-2 in the Champions League, but I'm 3 and 3 the hard way, top of the rankings, but we can get into that a little later. I don't need to toot my own horn. Let's go ahead. This week, as promised, we're taking a deep dive on the Champions League. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start first with the standings. You got your boy, The Truth, at the top, followed by
yes,
Juggernaut, 3-0. Juggernaut, that dude, always.
How? I don't understand. He always figure it out.
Let me take a look at this. We're going to take a look at this lineup later. Silent Assassin, 2-1. The Commish, Brother D, 2-1. Cooks, Cons, and Thielens, who I got this week, 2-1.
Okay.
Raiders, 1-2. Juan Time, 1-2. Funeral Rangers, 1-2. Myself, yours truly, 1-2 in 9th place. Followed by Frozen Water, 1-2. Followed by Taz, my nemesis, at 1-2. Shout out to my bro Taz, though. And in the bottom, coming in dead last, quote unquote, I think this is the last year's league champion, the Books.
It had to be you, Book.
Man, 337 points, bro. Ugh. What's happening? We gotta take a look at his lineup.
CMC.
Oh, he got McCaffrey?
Yeah.
He had the first pick this year?
I think so. Yeah.
This nigga Books. So I'd be remiss if I didn't go over here to the right side of the corner. We have blowout.
Sir. Let's check it out.
Blowout of the week. Your boy put up 191 points.
Oh.
That's nasty. That's mean.
I wanted to put up 200, bro. I was watching that Monday night game. Like, come on, Clyde. But I'll take that 191.
I remember it happened early, too. I remember at one point I was watching Sunday. I was like, damn, he already got double my points. I just stopped looking. I was like, ain't no see over here. All right. But yeah, before I get into matchups for Champions League, let me just give Three the Hard Way a little shout real quick so everybody can see what's going on over there.
Sure.
The folks in the building. You can take a look at the standings. We can start at the top. We can start at the bottom. I don't know. You see your boy House Laker representing 3-0, just like the soon-to-be NBA champions.
Okay.
You know how it is. Coming in number 2 to Book, so he's doing better over here. Delamo Raiders. You know, we got some of the same folks in both leagues, and that's what makes this dope, man. We got Brock Blockers. That's the commish from the Champions League in 4th. Legendary, that's Derek. I'm hoping to get him on an episode coming soon in 5th place. We got to get Hen Squad on the episode in 6th because that's the playoffs right there. And then we got Killer Cam in 7th, followed by Eric Panda and at 1 and 2 and 8th. Mechadons in 9th at 1 and 2. Jon Snow, my co-host from NLC Podcast, shout out Ice Cream Sundays. Anthony Hoover coming in 1 and 2 in 10th place. EO at 0 and 3 is EO. And dead last, Belly's Sliders and Wings CEO, Chief Operating Officer, I'm not sure which title, the chef, Mr. Belly himself, BC, aka Guru.
Right. Is BC in the Champions League?
I think he used to be, but I think he bowed out.
Yeah, I think he left.
Eric did too. I think Eric was in the league at one point as well. All right, so we can get in. I'll do these matchups. No, we're not doing these matchups. We're going to Champions League matchups. First, before we do that, let's check out the chat because there's some updates and some things going on in the fantasy football world, especially the NFL. We got the news. Do you want to go over the news of what's happened today?
I mean, basically, the NFL is kind of having its bout with COVID. So I know it's the Titans and the Steelers game has been, I don't even know if it's postponed yet or if it's going to be a bye week or how that works. But in terms of fantasy football, I know a lot of people and commissioners are scratching their heads to try to figure out some type of workaround to kind of help with these lineups for some of the managers, but I mean, it's still day to day. I know they were talking about maybe postponing it for like a day or two, but now I'm hearing it's going to be a little bit longer. So I'm curious to see how that's going to work and what them lineups going to look like. I know we talked about a COVID spot, but I don't know if that was if a player contracted COVID or if that was because of a game that was missed because of COVID. So that's something we may have to kind of iron out in the different leagues with the commissioners and see how that works. But
yeah, if it's a player that got COVID, that changes things. This was part of the reality going into the season. We knew it was. I'm ashamed that we didn't plan for it. But I see in Champions League, you got commish Brother D after a few folks hit him up. It was a question. He actually asked this. My bad. He's posted this retweet from somebody named Ryan McDowell. It said, in my leagues, teams will be able to start Titans Steelers with confidence, naming a backup player prior to Thursday kickoff. If that game is canceled, you'll get the backup points instead. He tagged us all in the group me and said how we feel about this. Now, nobody responded at the time, except for One More Time, who said, I always thought this should be the case. But then after the news broke today, 3:15, you see, folks is texting, group got active again. And Commish said at 4:30, everybody will have 2 additional roster spots in Champions League. So if you don't have somebody that's on COVID or that was infected in this game, I feel like, cool, I can go ahead and add me 2 more players off the waivers I've been spotting. But if you do got somebody that's affected by COVID, this is a good, I guess you can get some waiver wire players too. So I guess at 4:30, we all about to do a mad dash again, like it's midnight.
I mean, it's crazy. I was listening to CBS Sports today, and they were talking about giving like people with players in that game seniority over on waivers and stuff like that. So for me, I love to have 2 extra roster spots for some players I've been looking at. And then I think for this season, it's a little bit different because the injury bug and COVID is just kind of just ravishing the league. So I think for some of the guys dealing with injuries, them 2 roster spots are gonna help, whether it's COVID or not. But I mean, if you give us 2 extra roster spots, it's not gonna be any running backs left in the Champions League.
Dry. Because folks, you know
Yeah.
what we need. We like to stack up in here. I guess the same thing is going to happen in 3 to Hardway. I was leaving that chat up so folks could see that no decisions have been made. But it's funny how this league started first. 3 to Hardway did, and Champions came out of that. But now Champions is a little more forward in terms of getting stuff going quicker, and 3 to Hardway is a little more reactive in terms of things. It's funny how fantasy football works. And so we got some of the same folks in both groups. So anyway, today we're going to focus on Champions League, and we're going to look at those matchups. Let me get back to that screen. All right. So it's Thursday. Ahead of tonight's game, I got some gripes, or I got some hate mail from the commission. Darren, who said I was making pick'ems after the games had already been played. So here we are, everybody's 0-0. So we're going to go down each matchup and give our thoughts on who we feel going to win the matchup, and if we see anybody that we think might be blowout of the week.
For sure.
Instead of starting, we'll do ours last. So let's go with Delamo Raiders and Juggernaut first.
I mean, just briefly looking over the rosters, it's a couple of things that jump out at me. I think I would give the slight edge. You scroll up because I can't see the team name. I think that's Juggernaut. Okay, so he got Mahomes. I give him the slight edge over Josh Allen. Josh Allen been balling, but when you get to wide receiver, especially the ones, you got Thielen and Robinson. I think they're both question marks at this point in time on how they're gonna produce. Really, my guy. You know what I'm saying? So he was my keeper last year, but I lost him. But I think he's gonna ball out.
That's Ridley
Against Green Bay. Yeah, Calvin Ridley. DJ Moore has kind of been a disappointment. Joe Mixon, he's being slandered all online just for his poor production. Zeke is gonna tote the rock. You just gotta feed him.
Zeke, his numbers have been down on this season, but I still have faith in him. See, clearly Yahoo has faith in him.
I mean, they've been passing a lot. And, I mean, with that wide receiver core, I mean, I think they're going to continue to feed Zeke. I think once they open it up, you got your play action, they're going to run the ball. So I think they'll be all right. I think Zeke will be fine from a points perspective. Gaskin is still – I'm on the fence about him. I mean, he's getting the touches, but he's also on the Dolphins, so we'll see how that goes. Jones going to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, tight ends, yeah, it leaves a lot to be desired. Evan Ingram just been a huge disappointment. They've been talking about he's on a lot of people's drop radar. Jimmy Graham, they've been calling him Jimmy Grandpa, but he's been putting up numbers the past 2 weeks, so we'll see. Kareem Hunt is a hog, so I think he'll be fine. Stephon Diggs in Buffalo. I think Minnesota made the wrong decision there. But I would I think Juggernaut going to knock this out.
Even though Juggernaut is not starting a kicker, he's still projected to beat the Delamo Raiders. I give him the edge with Zeke, Patrick Mahomes, Ridley. I think they're going to perform well. Diggs possibly too, because you look at Jared Allen over here for the Delamo Raiders. I think he's been balling, but you got Diggs, his number one receiver, over here with a Juggernaut. I liked Aaron Jones and Kareem Hunt. I think those dudes are going to eat. But I'm not sold on Allen Robinson. They just replaced Trubisky with was it Foles?
Foles.
So we'll see. Allen Robinson's a baller, but Indiana's D has been okay. So we'll see. We'll see. He might turn up. DJ Moore, I don't know. Teddy Bridgewater's disappointed me. Joe Mixon, disappointment. Evan Ingram, and I'm not with Danny Boy Jones. I mean, it could come down to a fade, but the fact that Juggernaut don't have a kicker yet and still projected lets you know how this is leaning. So I don't know. I think this is going to be close, even when Juggernaut picks his kicker. I'm going to the next matchup. What we got? Let's hit Brother D and Incredible Taz. So just be clear, we both chose Juggernaut.
Definitely.
Brother D and Incredible Taz. Let's see. I'm gonna go first. We got Lamar Jackson versus Dak. Oh, Lamar just put up a goose egg, and he's thirsty to get it back. Dak needs a win too, so that's gonna be close. Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans. Mike is just getting his rapport with Tom. Cooper Kupp still ball. This is a good fade. Okay. Mike Thomas. I don't know if he's playing or not. I'm curious to see. And Drew's production honestly is going down. I like Galladay. He's been coming on consistently. He's going to get you a touchdown. So that's interesting. Kenyon Drake versus Eckler. I like Eckler. Mike Davis, Singletary. Wash. Hayden Hurst versus Kittle. Is Kittle healthy? Is Garoppolo healthy? Let me think. I'm going to go Hayden Hurst. Ronald Jones, Devontae Parker. I always go running back, and Fournette ain't been getting those touches. Let's see, you got Crosby versus Ryan Fitzpatrick. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ronald Jones. Let me see, you got Crosby versus Gold. Crosby is the edge for me. Buffalo D or Chicago D. Ooh, Chicago. If it rains, I like Chicago's defense. But Raiders got a lot of injuries too, and Buffalo is on the road coming off of a win. Let me pick Chicago. So out of this, I'm gonna go Incredible Taz. Okay. I'm rolling with Incredible Taz. What you got?
I think quarterback is pretty much a wash between the way the guys been playing. I think they both kind of at a disappointing point in the season right now. Out of the wide receivers, I'll get an edge to Mike Evans, I guess. I mean, I just never been super high on Cooper Kupp. I don't even know why. I mean, he's balled in the past, but I wouldn't touch him. Kenny Galladay, toast to rock. I mean, Michael Thomas, that goes, if he healthy, I mean, he's all.
If, that's the if.
If, right. So, I ain't never rock with Kenyon Drake, so I'll definitely get an upper hand to Austin Eckler. Mike Davis, I mean, we'll see what he does. He's pretty much a rental at this point with CMC hopefully coming back within a couple of weeks. So
I thought CMC was on IR.
I think it's only supposed to be a couple of weeks, I think. So he should be back. That's why I wasn't really high on Mike Davis, just because I got some other running backs. But I mean, to get 16 points on the rental, somebody you picked up off of waivers, I think that's dope. I'm curious to see how much Fab was spent, because I know he had to break the bank to get Mike Davis off waivers in our league with all the issues at running back. Devin Singletary, I was high on him going in, and everybody kind of all the analysts talked me down off of him. But I mean, he's playing pretty consistent. I think the Buffalo offense is a pleasant surprise. It looks like they are pretty balanced. So I think that's going to open it up and make for more success for him. So I think he's got the upper hand out of that matchup. I'm going to go Kittle, whether Garoppolo plays or not, because I think it's just too many mouths to feed in that Atlanta offense, the Falcons. And I think, Kittle has a decent opportunity against Philly. They're struggling and trying to figure it out, so they may give Kittle a little bit extra work. Ronald Jones, I'm not a fan, so I'm going to go with Devontae Parker. I mean, his only issue is injuries, and that's every season. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to have to go with Taz, definitely.
Taz, that's 2 for Taz. All right, okay. My nemesis, Taz. You see that, bro? We showing you love. You suck, though. Frozen Water versus Silent Assassin. All right. I think you up first.
All right, so quarterback. It's crazy because they all in that same realm. I'll get a slight edge to Stafford. and that's tough because got love for the Who Dat Nation. But Drew Brees, man, something ain't right. Something's not clicking with my guy. I hope he's not regressing as much as it looks, but it's definitely a concern for that offense.
You got too many off-field distractions.
I think so. And I think age is just he kind of hitting that point as a quarterback. But I mean, they said Peyton Manning was watched a few years ago when he came back and ball, so we'll see. Out of McLaurin and Woods, I say Woods. Chark has been questionable. He's missed some games. So is Julian Edelman. So it's really just a matter of who plays out of them two. If both, I'll get a slight edge to Chark because Cam is running the ball a lot more. Just Kamara and Cook, that's nice. But I'm going to get an edge to Kamara. That's my guy. See, so now we getting plagued with the Corona game. So we got two Steelers.
Let's pull up the bench. So see what we got to think about the bench. So he's missing a running back and a tight end.
And he has none.
You got Ingram's in a committee.
And you got they're struggling as an offense. So it's too many mouths to feed there. So that's going to be a struggle. So he's going to need them two roster spots, definitely, to try to figure something out. I'm curious to see what the trade market is going to look like with all this COVID and players missing games. So I think the trades is going to start – the trade buzz is going to start getting a little bit more lit in the group. But, yeah, Zach Ertz, disappointment. Jonathan Taylor, I read a lot about him prior to the season. And they said give him some time before he worked his way into the offense, but he's already done that. Todd Gurley, I think he's washed at this point. And it's sad because I really like Todd Gurley, and I'm happy that he's back in his hometown Atlanta, but between the knees and the offense and them not trying to put too much wear and tear on him, he's just not putting up the numbers you would expect. So
shout out to ATL.
Shout out to the A. But yeah. I can't see the top to see what team it is. Silent Assassin, definitely.
Yeah, it's easy for me. This is a wash. I mean, it's an easy win for Silent Assassin based on availability. Best ability is availability. I know those two roster spots are coming, but I mean, you sub in Ingram and you figure out who he gets at tight end. Maybe that guy's a good streamer. I comes down to me that Breeze and Kamara, and right now, even though Breeze is regressing a bit, he's showing a lot of checkdowns and throwing in the backfield, and that's just Kamara's gonna eat this season. Like CMC he gonna eat. If he can get loose like he got loose last week, he may have some big games. Outside of that, just the availability is important. Gurley's still healthy. Taylor's still healthy. Chalk, maybe not. And I think you see at that bench. Marquise Brown. No. What's his name? Miles. Is it Marquise Brown?
Marquise Brown, I think.
I'm Mike Williams. Shoot, they need to make a trade right. He got Higbee on the bench. Shoot. Frozen Water need to trade with his opponent this week. It was easy for me. I got Silent Assassin. All right, that brings it down to one more time and the boots.
104.
Let's see. And the boots is 0-3. Ooh, Ben Roethlisberger is the QB.
That's huge. But I know Boo got another QB on his bench. I know he do. He got you.
No, he don't.
He don't. He took all the running backs.
Boo don't believe in a backup QB. It goes against his religion. He'll take 10 running backs if he could in a row.
Okay, that's cool. You're going to end up with Kirk Cousins. You're going to be praying for Kirk Cousins.
So on me, I think so Deshaun Watson versus whoever he pull out of waiver wire, and it ain't like a lot out there. In fact, we should look at the waiver wire, see who's there. So let's say he gets a decent guy at a dub. Deshaun Watson needs to have a bounce back, and he's at home versus Minnesota. I'm gonna go Deshaun Watson. Tyreek Hill is healthy. He gonna ball out versus Odell. And I like Will Fuller, so that's a good cape. If Deshaun and Will Fuller connect, might cancel that a little bit. DJ Metcalf, Russell's been balling. Melvin Gordon versus Miles. Melvin's and Philip Lindsay's healthy now. Miles Sanders has been okay. I will probably go Miles, see what they do, because I know they don't have no wide receivers. So they're going to try and run the ball. In San Francisco, I don't think they're going to put up points early, so that might be a running game. Melvin Gordon played tonight, too. David Montgomery, he don't, his best ability is availability, so Montgomery over Thompson, because you got Robinson eating all that in Jacksonville. Let's see. Baltimore. I'm going to go Andrews. Roby Anderson versus James Crowder. Roby. And the kicker and defense. Seattle at Miami, Tampa Bay. I mean, without knowing what Book going to do at QB, it's hard to really have any faith here. I like Will Fuller, Andrews. What's his bench looking like? Emmanuel Sanders. He should start. He needs to play Emmanuel Sanders because clearly he's come on. I think he picked him up after I dropped him. Oh, Vulture. But
I was thinking about it.
I got one more time.
Yeah, I got one. I mean, I think Odell Beckham he's been overrated since the catch. So I really haven't been high on dude. DK Metcalf is like a huge red zone threat, big solid body for Russell Wilson, who's playing out of this world. So I get an edge there. I'm mad because I could have picked up Will Fuller and I didn't. Just thinking too much. Melvin Gordon, I'm not really high on this season. I don't even know if he's the best back in Denver, especially in PPR. So I'm going to give it to Miles Sanders. David Montgomery, I mean, he's been a disappointment, but Chris Thompson, I mean, I don't even know why he's rostered there. I think just because Boot just been snatching up all the running backs. Andrews, I'll say I'll go Robbie Anderson, but I still give the edge to Juan. Boot got some work to do.
All right, so that brings us down to me and you. I'm gonna go ahead, since you the top of the standings. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at mine. My matchup is a little more dire here. I'm going up against Claude Cooks, Cons, and Thielens. King Kings. I'm in 9th place versus 5th place. A-Rod has been balling. He's shown that, he's going to still throw that pill, and he's been, I think he's pissed off a lot of the media attention, negative attention he's gotten this past summer. Goff probably going to ball too against the Giants because the Giants suck, but I got A-Rod continuing to ball. Ooh, the Cowboy wide receivers, the matchup.
I like this a lot.
Might be a fade because Dak is throwing that pill. We see he don't have nobody in his WR2. I got Cooks because I'm counting on a Deshaun Watson bounce back. If Will Fuller don't get it, Cooks is gonna get it. Let's pull up his bench real quick. Juju on that bye. He got Robinson on the bench, but that's a running back. Oh, he went running back heavy. He got Dobbins too. Moss. Deebo Samuel's on IR. Oh, he needs a wide receiver off the waiver wire. Okay, see what he's going to do. Let's see. Sony Michel versus Chubb. I'm going to go Chubb. Michel's been surpassing expectations, but KC got a solid defense. McKinnon versus Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go McKinnon because he's getting the PPR and passing, and he's best ability is availability. So I don't think they're going to lean heavy on him. And Philly sucks. Let's see. Kelsey versus Waller. Kelsey. If Devontae is healthy versus David Johnson in his flex. If Devontae is healthy, you got to give it to Devontae. Let's see. Our kickers. I got Dallas. He got Raiders. And I got San Francisco D versus Rams. It's going to be a good fade depending on who he kicks up as his backup, as his next wide receiver. But I got to lean with myself. And I don't think much is on the waiver wire. But we can check it out. Let's get down to you. Funeral Rangers versus the Truth. Oh, my bad. You didn't do mine.
All right, let's look. So this is Claude. All right. So definitely you got him at quarterback. Dallas, I would still get an edge to Amari Cooper, even though he's been disappointing. Brandon Cooks, I don't know. Sony Michelle been burned me a couple times, so I'm cool. I think it comes down to the running back performance, honestly.
That's a good assessment.
He got Chubb and Jacobs, which
Solid.
if they hit, it could bring problems for you. Drake McKinnon I like, but I don't know what's going on with Raheem Mustard. I got him on my squad, so hopefully he starts, but I doubt it. So you may have him for a couple more weeks. So if he's playing, I think he's gonna tote the rock and he's gonna be instrumental in that PPR offense. I like Kelsey over Waller just because Casey's offense is just crazy and he's a security blanket for Mahomes. Devontae Adams is a huge question mark. But if he plays, I think you got him there. I think it's a nice fade. I'm curious to see what he's going to do at wide receiver. I think this may be one of the trade situations that we talked about prior, but I think you got a shot. It could really go either way, depending on how he works them waivers.
Might have to do something on waivers myself. Best defense is a good offense.
True that.
What you think? Okay, we got you versus Funeral Rangers.
All right, so I gotta go with Russell Wilson. They talking MVP already. Week 4 over Kyler Murray. We got Nuke versus Tyler Lockett. I don't know. Nuke's questionable, and Lockett's on fire. So even with the projections, I'm still gonna go with Tyler Lockett because that completes my double up with Russell Wilson. Out of Julio and Keenan Allen, Julio, he's hurt, but when he's on the field, he's one of the best wide receivers in the league. However, he got, with Calvin Ridley, Julio is kind of getting the best coverage. So I don't know. I like Keenan Allen. He's been balling too. Nyheim Hines and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, definitely Clyde on that Kansas City offense. Out of Henderson and Carson, I don't know if Carson is going to play. I picked up his handcuff, Carlos Hyde. So we'll see. I'm going to have to plug him in. But if Carson plays, I give him the slight edge. But they're saying Henderson is probably going to be the player of the week this week at running back. So I'm curious to see that game. Jared Cook has been a disappointment. Gesicki's kind of been touchdown dependent. So we'll see how that goes in that matchup. But I'll give it to Gesicki. CeeDee Lamb, I didn't want to play. He's just kind of my rookie flyer. Since we playing in a keeper league, I try to draft at least 1 or 2 rookies just in case they hit. I can keep them for the next year. So I rostered him just for that. So if he can get me 13 or 14 points, that's more than enough. And then AJ Green, I'm not touching him because he's an injury risk, but I think he's a solid wide receiver. So I think he'll be okay. I got to go with myself on this one.
Yes, I do as well. I'm going to have to agree with you simply based on the fact that he got Jared Cook, who we don't know is questionable with that groin. Nyheim Hines, who's the number 2. Julio, who ain't been getting attention. It's like he's pretty much Kyler Murray or bust, and Darrell Henderson. Versus if Seattle balls out, you pretty much can count that dub. Chris Carson is your only question mark. You got a solid roster, bro. You picked up Carlos Hyde. I see you on your RB hustle. Okay, yeah, you deep. Higgins, okay, I like it. So I gotta give it to you, bro. You got the squad this year, the squad to beat, the truth. Anybody
appreciate that?
Don't tell no lies because the truth is out here.
We out here.
Good show, bro. Well, I appreciate you, man. We done gone through all the matchups. I'll do a tally up and post that in the group for folks to see. I just wanted to point out one other thing that caught my eye. I looked at Funeral Rangers. So he got Pittsburgh. He's affected by that COVID issue. But he had Denver defense as his defense 2. and they start playing. It's 4:01 p.m. They start at 5:20, and they're on his bench right now. So we'll see what my bro does. I'm not gonna give him no heads up, and this is gonna post after that. So we'll see.
I can't roster two defenses in
Oh,
a COVID injury plagued season. Like I just don't understand why that's even even something people are doing. But I mean, it is what it is.
shoot, some years I've had three defenses for a week, specifically depending on when I was trying to hate on another general manager and stop somebody beating me. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Yo, so that wraps us up for week 4, the Leagues of Chaos. Shout out to the my bro, the Truth. Bro,
I appreciate you having me. Appreciate you having me, sharing the platform. Just loving the game. I mean, I wasn't even expecting to see some football this season. So being able to just get fantasy, I'm happy. So I like the challenges. I like the keeper concept, and then also Fab. And then we got COVID and all these injuries. So it's just gonna be an exciting season.
Amen, bro. All right, we're signing out. Fantasy football. We in the building.
All right.
Stop sharing.